Coming up in this episode,
we go for a walk and meet some friendly bikers.
Did you say hello to them all?
Yeah, waving.
we set sail for the Orkneys.
There is reasoning behind our madness, isn't there?
Yes. And it gets light at 1:30 in the morning.
And on a different note, it's starting to get light. That was a big wave.
Good morning, everyone. This is our first time on land. Oh, there's midges everywhere in northern Scotland. The plan today is to walk up there to a road, walk 5 miles into a village where we can get some chicken and bacon for a barbecue, a beach barbecue tonight. Let's hope it doesn't rain too much today.
And it would.
Yeah, it would. Right, let's start this trek.
Yeah, we've got to go straight up to there. This path leads all the way down there.
Okay.
We need a bushwhack across there, fortunately.
Let's back over there then. Motorcycles up there. We're both motorcyclists as well. I don't know, we didn't tell you that, but we do like our motorbikes. I've got a 2002 Phaser 600 at the minute. I was using to get back and forward to work in the winter, a little workhorse. Luke had a Bandit, he didn't use it so he sold it. But we've owned our fair share of sports bikes as well. So I think motorcycling and sailing is a natural progression. It couldn't get any more different. We're about an hour into our walk-ish, not even an hour really. Come across a beach and a zip line over the beach. I don't know whether you can see the guy zip lining across the beach over there. It's pretty cool. Didn't expect to see this. Got to the local spa, it's about a 5 mile trek. We've got some chicken and we got some bacon and baguette and some charcoal coals for the fire to have a nice barbecue.
There's some caves here. The cave goes right underneath the road and out the other side. We've probably got some footage. We were going to walk down there, but yeah, quite slow but too lazy.
We're too lazy. No, I am carrying 4 kilos of coal on my back. That's my excuse. This is the cave. It goes all the way down.
Yeah, we're going to have a look, aren't we?
Right under the road, so we're going to have a good look around.
And cut this bit out. Free entry, it says.
Oh, yeah. Sure. Cool.
Yeah, it is. I didn't expect it to be like this.
This cave could collapse at any moment.
Yeah, it doesn't. Quite incredible in here, really. Wouldn't mind going on a tour there.
Oh, as far as it goes.
Yeah. The tour, you get to go down there. There's a boat there.
Yeah.
I bet you get to go through and stuff. Really cool. Deep, isn't it? Yeah. But it's freezing. Wouldn't mind going on the tour now. Yeah, you go down there and on that tender there. Massive tender.
You reckon?
Yeah. And you go through the tour and they take you through the cave system on the tender with the tour and tell you all about it. That's what I think. We've come across a rock throwing competition. They have been here several hours doing this. Did you say hello to them all?
Yeah, waving. Biker, bro. A little fire pit. Oh, it's nice and warm. Put some coals in there now. A couple of coals. Gonna wait for the coals to go all charcoaly, and then we're gonna start cooking. Chicken. Bacon.
Video haven't got the thing left.
Yeah.
Pity it's raining.
Yeah, it is pity it's raining a little. It's a bit windy.
Beggars can't be choosers, it is
No.
Scotland. So.
Yeah, a little bit of filming for eating. Good afternoon, everyone. It is currently 1:45 in the afternoon, Sunday 20th of June. We're up here on top of Scotland. We've been at this anchorage for 2 days. It's a nice little anchorage. There's sand. It's a bit rocky now and again, because you can hear the chain dragging over the stones. There's not much here. It's a very secluded anchorage. There's a fish farm here. There's a shop. You have to walk along this road, and there's a shop all the way down in here somewhere, 5-mile walk to a spa if you want to get some food and stuff, but there's literally nothing here. The plan today, we're leaving in about half an hour. We're going to head up to the Orkney Islands up here. The plan is to get in here into this anchorage. In here, it's about 74 nautical miles. Should take roughly 15 hours at 5 knots. We have to time it right because we've got to get the tide running in to the islands. It starts running at 03:30 hours, which is early hours of the morning. Starts running in at 3:30 in the morning tomorrow morning. So we're leaving, as I said, soon, and we're going to make our way out of here up into the Orkney Islands. We've got northwesterly winds blowing all day, all night, and tomorrow is picking up to 30 knots during the day, but we should be tucked up in this anchorage up here. We'll let you know how we get on during the trip. Okay then, look, we are off to the Orkneys.
Yeah.
There is reasoning behind our madness, isn't there?
Yes, it is.
Do you want to explain or shall I explain?
You can explain.
Well, we feel that oh, I've cut this bit. We do want to go to the Orkneys anyway because at least we can say we've been there. But we were a bit and ahhing whether to go there because we're getting fed up with the cold weather and it's going to be a little bit colder up there.
Yeah.
But the wind over the next couple of days is like, was it northwesterlies?
Northwest, yeah.
And we got a northwesterly or northerly swell. So the north coast of here is a bit of a no-go area really for a good anchorage. And we are about 65 miles away from John O'Groats around the point, so we can't get there in one sail. So there's where we can, but it's difficult with the tide because we got to get the tides around there. And there's an island there, and it says on the charts and stuff, don't go around there more than a force 5 wind.
4.
Force 4 wind. It's very dangerous. Strong tides and overfalls and rocks, and it's just
Called the Skerries.
the skerries. Just it says an area to be avoided. So the best bet is for us to go up to the Orkneys as planned. We should be there between maybe 4 and 6 AM tomorrow morning. We'll go there and we'll rest. Maybe go for a run on the island and then just spend a couple of days in the Orkneys, and then that's a good starting point to sail from the Orkneys to Wick. And we'll avoid all that bad area. There's all the tides going around John O'Groats around the point there, and there's an island, and it just looks a bit scary really.
Yeah, you know, don't want to. Yeah.
No. And there's a point out a bit further north from the point by John O'Groats where it meets the Orkney Islands, and it's been reported of up to 16 knots of tide and tidal surge. And they even warn tankers to avoid the area because it's that bad. And you get eddies which go 5 miles offshore, and it's not good.
Men of Mary or something.
The Men of Mary and things.
Yeah. If I remember, I'll put up a picture of what the area looks like.
It's a good idea, yeah. So that's the plan anyway. We're going to go up to the Orkneys, spend some time there, and then come down. We've got like 10 days left of June, and it'd be a shame not to go up there. We'd be kicking ourselves thinking, oh, why didn't we go to the Orkneys? It would have been really nice. We're going. See, Luke's dressed up for winter.
It's cold.
It is cold.
Really cold. We are just clearing Whiten Head. I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly, but it is what it is.
15-hour sail ahead of us now.
The conditions look beautiful out here. Looks like there's a cave over there.
It does.
There's a couple over there.
Went to some caves yesterday. That was pretty cool, wasn't it?
The conditions look perfect for sailing, to be honest. Could do with a touch more wind, but we suspect this cliff is taking the wind away for a bit. The wind is coming journeying in this direction. It's a northwesterly, and we are going northeast, so should be nice.
Nice speed reach.
We've got a reefed main at the moment and full Genoa.
Time to do some cooking. Bought these yesterday, Richmond sausages, 8 sausages in there, and I cut them up, chuck them in the pan, fry them off, and then do the pasta with the pasta bake sauce and a tin of beans in there as well. Should be delicious. Luke's grating cheese, but it's not in the cockpit. What's wrong with you?
I'm grating cheese in the saloon.
Grating cheese in the saloon. It's cheese to go with the pasta bake.
We just basically have cheese with everything anyway.
It's true. I normally grate like a whole bowl full of cheese, don't I?
Yeah.
I get way over cheesed out. Cheesed off.
Two cheeses. Want a ham?
No. Done. That was delicious. Pasta bake, sausages, tin of beans. And to finish off, M&Ms, but they're not the peanutty kind. They are biscuity kind. I think that's what it is. Went to shore yesterday. We went for a walk. We walked to the local town. It was 5 mile walk there, 5 mile back, and there was loads of swarms of midges. Swarms of midges or gnats, whatever you want to call them. And
Oh no! Pasta's gone everywhere.
for some reason, the midges and gnats just love me, and they just swarmed me and started eating me. I'm covered in bites.
Do you want this pasta?
No. Covered in bites all over my arms and my head and my face, hands. Luke's got a couple of little bites.
I've got loads.
And he's complaining, going, "Oh, me itching, I got little bites." I'm like, "Look, got loads." Because they just bite me to death.
I just won't put it in the video.
Oh. And Luke's made a big mistake here. He's opened up a packet of Skittles. He's laughing because he knows the score. He won't stop until he's finished the whole packet. And then he'll moan he's got a bad belly.
I'm not gonna have any more. That's my limit.
Over the last week or so, Luke's been going crazy buying sweets. Packets and packets of sweets and eating them non-stop.
No, you haven't.
Loads of sweets. And then he was complaining, going, "Oh, I've got a bad stomach," and keep using the toilet and going, "I don't feel very well." There's no wonder, he's been eating all them sweets. I bought these M&Ms on the Isle of Rum. How long ago was that? That was a long time ago. I still got some in my packet. You're terrible, aren't you?
You are horrible.
Who's steering the boat? Who's on the helm?
Maybe.
Neppy is. I'm just chillaxing.
Well, we're keeping good watch.
Digesting my food.
We're keeping good watch. So we are out here and we've come across another yacht heading in the opposite direction. Looks like she has a red hull. And looks like she's travelling in quickly as well, just like we are. The wind has picked up where we are. We got 17 knots just off beam reach. We have tried to reduce sail because we need to try and slow down, as we don't want to get there too early, but yeah, we've tried to slow down, but we haven't slowed down that much. We were doing 6.5 and now we're doing 6.1, so we could, I suppose, take the main down and just run on Genoa, but let's not go too crazy. We've seen 20 knots, so we're going to put in a second reef. We also, our tiller has started clunking. Don't know if you heard it then, but it's, as the tiller goes this way, it starts clunking. I don't know why. Very unusual. Why would it be doing that? Oh. We're a little bit worried about that, aren't we, at the moment?
Yeah, it's been a bit on edge. It has. Clunking noise from the tiller. It's not the best noise to hear when you're out to sea.
No. It's probably a loose bush or bearing, or worn bush or bearing, I should imagine. I'm not sure. We haven't got any internet, so we can't just quickly go on the internet and find out what it could be.
To wait until we get some internet, really. We've got...
I'm just looking at the chats.
About
28 miles.
28 miles to the mouth of the estuary going in. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, it probably can.
Need
not much sun.
Yeah, we need to head a bit over slightly. Well, I don't know actually.
No, we're doing okay. It's 20 to 9 it is, and yeah, we put the second reef in when we see 20 knots, and we have seen 20 knots, so we shall be doing that shortly.
We're doing okay.
Yeah, we've done major good target.
Down there to there.
So we had the cushion out and a big wave come over and it's absolutely soaked with seawater, so we're gonna have to try and dry that tomorrow. Couldn't make it up, could you? Saying it just as a wave crashes and almost knocks me flying. Adam's also found his new favourite place on Google Maps.
Where we're near where we're going. There's a place called Twat. T-W-A-T-T.
Yeah, we just find these things incredibly funny because we're childish.
Good evening everyone, here's a chart update which is much later than planned because I forgot. It's 10 to 12, 10 to midnight. This is where we started off, all the way down here in northern Scotland, and we've sailed all the way up to Shetland. Is that Shetland? No, not Shetland, sorry.
Orkneys.
The Orkneys. And we're there we are now. All we've got to do is come into here, go down here, and getting this anchorage here. But at the moment, you can see by the arrows, the tide is still running out and around here and down. So we have slowed down by about a good knot of speed because we're punching tide. We've still got to get all up to here anyway. They got about 12 miles, so about 2 hours, doing about 4 knots. No,
3 hours.
3 hours. And then hopefully the tide, well, yeah, the tide should turn in there. It start running in here about 3 AM. So we can start going down here and get into our anchorage maybe about 5 AM. Gonna anchor up in here. It's all sand on the charts. Ferry goes in there. We're gonna anchor somewhere up by here and go to sleep. So that's the plan. We've still got northwesterly winds blowing that way. They've calmed down a bit now. We've got about 12 knots, 12 to 15 knots of wind. It's getting a little bit dark, but it shouldn't get much darker than this. Going on nicely.
Adam's eating some cheese and crackers.
And pickle.
And pickle at 1:30 in the morning. And on a different note, it's starting to get light. What was the big wave? Big wave that was. Duck out of the way just in case. Yeah, it's starting to get light. So rather weird really. 1:30 in the morning and it's definitely getting lighter.
Okay everyone, this is another chart update. It's currently 20 to 3 in the morning. We've just arrived here at this inlet going into our anchorage, which we're going to be going into here. Tide arrows are slowing right down. They're still going this way against us, but they're slowing down. By the time we get to this tide arrow, well, we got like about half hour ish of tide going that way, and then it's going to start running in with us. It's already started running in down here, so we timed this perfectly, to be quite honest. Somehow, yeah, so we're all the way up here in the Orkney Islands. Sorry, it's really rocky. There's a hell of a swell coming in here, over a metre swell. A straight line is 8 miles, so it's probably about, my head's gone, 7.6 miles. So it's probably about 8.5 miles to our anchorage in there. And we'll have tide with us in a bit now, go running in here and up into there. But there's a strong over a metre swell coming in here, and it's really uncomfortable.
So as per the chart update, that says, yeah, it's about 15 minutes later that Adam's got on the tiller now. There's really steep waves here coming into this channel, I guess it's called. So steep in fact that we were rolling so much, both of the sides of the boat were dipping under one to the other.
It's just too much work for Neppy to deal with. The swell, it's just massive swell coming in.
Yeah, there's not enough wind to keep her really accurate.
So I just hand steered it in now.
Yeah, safest thing to do anyway, I think it is. Definitely.
We've got the main, we've got the boom preventer on the main. The last thing we want to do is broach and end up snapping the boom or something.
Exactly, so.
Just keep her steady.
It's been a tough passage, this one. It started off perfect and then the sea was very choppy, confused and just not normal, as we would call it. It was almost like we had wind from one direction and the swell from the other. It's weird.
Yeah, that's what Windy said. Northwesterly wind and a slight southwesterly swell. With like a 1 meter swell, so they were both like doing this, causing a bit of a cross sea the whole way, wasn't it?
Was, yeah.
And as we come into this inlet here, we still had a little bit of tide coming out and
Oh,
the swell going in and then the wind going the other way. It was like a cauldron.
It was really rough.
Yeah.
Sun coming up there behind that rain cloud that hopefully will move off by the time we get to our anchorage. So this green bit you can see here, that is the headland, and we're going around and then in. So we'll show you further footage when we get near.
We have arrived. The time is 4:45 in the morning and we've arrived at the Orkneys. The sun's just coming up.
Yeah, we're getting 0.3 amps on the solar already.
I don't know if we could see the water, but we're anchored in 7 meters and it's super clean. You can see the bottom. It's sand and kelp. Lovely. Look at that water. Cleanest water I've seen.